If you did everything you can to encourage, you can either accept it. I'm never going to tell anybody to leave their significant other.
Dang, my bad.
You did tell them to leave it, didn't you?
I mean, or just stay miserable. Like, let's be real.
Hey, y'all. Hey, I am Shawny.
And I'm Melly. Welcome to the unscripted world of Boldly Untitled, the podcast where two untitled best friends of 25 years get real and raw about everything life throws their way.
Join us as we chat about relationships, friendships, sex, parenting, life struggles, and the wild journey of entrepreneurship. What's up? It's your girl, Shawny.
And I'm Melly.
And welcome to a new episode of Boldly Untitled. How you feeling, Melly Mel? We are 3 episodes into.
Yes, I'm good. All good over here.
Really?
Yeah.
You sound like somebody's hillbilly ass dog. I don't know where she's from, because that ain't Beijing.
Whatever.
What's going on in life? What's something interesting?
I don't know. It's just, I'm trying to keep up with everything, with the kids, with the husband, with the business, all the things. Just trying to keep up.
How's that working out for you?
I mean, I'm afloat.
I mean, well, you're not drowning. That's good.
Yeah,
that's
no, I'm
good.
not drowning.
That's good.
I'm not drowning. I'm all right, but it's a lot. What about you?
So I have truly decided that I'm about to give this dating thing a try for 2024.
Okay.
This year will make 4 years. I've been single. I think I've been on 2 dates, and each time I've been like, nah.
Wow.
2 dates and a meet and greet.
Okay.
But I realized this go round is that I know what I don't want. Like, I have literally journaled of what I want and what I don't want and what my next relationship will look like. I've identified a lot of my flaws of lack of communication and staying in something that I don't want. That's a big thing that I usually do. And I'm going to actually realistically give this thing a try this year.
Okay.
I say it usually, but I'll be like, nah. After the first one, like, I went on a meet and greet this year, and I realized immediately that this is not it. And I ended it there. So we don't need to even make it to a week. I'm not about to continue going on to something that's just not for me.
Love it.
And he was younger too. I don't think I like younger guys. I tried it. Give me the old man. I like old men. Yeah, I should have known when he said he had a 2 and a 3-year-old that shit was. Why am I proceeding for it? And that was like the two. Like, you knew you didn't want that even as an option in life. So why would I continue that?
Right. So. I can't wait. It's gonna be so good when you finally get your man. We could do a couple things.
No, I haven't even seen you. I didn't even see you last year. How we doing a couple things?
Will you get your person? We could create experiences together with our mates.
Yes, I guess.
Talking about shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Okay. I mean, I don't even think I seen your husband.
That's between y'all.
I know he tried to make me feel bad about that shit too. Whatever. So I realized too, with me going back into this world, like, I don't want to be like I can cook. I left my last nigga fat as fuck. But I don't want to feel like I have to cook. Like, I know when I go to the Solomon household that the husband's cooking. And when you get in the kitchen, I'm like, what you feed me? You making the food? Yeah, he took that out for me to cook. Like, like, you don't have the traditional.
No.
Like, how did y'all make that? Like, were y'all not like?
Well, I was doing all that.
Were you?
Before. Yeah. I used to be. It was a nice little routine because, I always work from home. And so I would make sure I stopped my day right on time to go pick up my son and come back. And it was dinner time. I was like, every day. Baby. I got pregnant with them twins. And
I don't even remember that. That's crazy.
I used to still try to do it, and I would have a stool at the stove, because I was out of breath if I stood too long with that pregnancy. And so hubby just dove in and took over. And after they came, the babies came, it was worse. Couldn't do even less. So he just picked up everything. He started doing everything. And it was overwhelming for me to try to like be their mom, be my other son's mom, and then still try to like, it was too much. And so he just it just became a new routine for us. So that's how we got here. And he loves the cooking thing. So he sticks to that. And it's been times I've said, well, you want me to, I could cook today or I could cook tomorrow. He'd be like, nah, I got it.
He's the better cook anyway.
Exactly.
Realistically. That's crazy because I did not realize that's how you guys got there.
Mm-hmm.
And I promise you I talked to you probably every day before you had them kids. So I did not realize that was happening, that you were stopping your day to cook dinner. I did not. That doesn't even ring a bell. If somebody would have asked me that as a question for me to die or live, I would have died. Because I would have been like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
No. He's always, cooked here and there, but as a daily routine situation, it was mostly me. Before.
Huh.
Yeah, it was mostly.
And did you do that because that's what you saw? Like you thought that that's because like your mother cooks just about every day, or she used to. I don't know what she does now that she doesn't have any kids in the house.
I don't know if I did it because
or you felt like you had to.
I just felt like
that's your
just
duty.
A part of my
That's your wife.
Yeah,
your wifely duty.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because I was already at the house.
I didn't realize that. Mm-hmm. Like my grandmother would I didn't learn how to cook till I was in my 20s because my grandmother cooked every day. Mm-hmm. And my grandmother moved in when we were 10, and my mother stopped cooking. But I saw my mother be the one to cook for her husband, and my dad But then it's funny because my dad's next wife did not cook.
So he cooked.
Yeah, I mean he would cook his food, and she would cook her. What? She was vegetarian, and he was not. So he would cook his food and she would cook her food, and they would do that. I'm not gonna say she never cooked for him, but for the most part, he would figure out the meals, like what he was gonna eat or whatever. But she was not a cooker.
Yeah, that's similar to now because now I'm back on my vegan life, and so I just eat the sides and try to add something to it if I can, but mostly it's two different meals type situation. So the other night we had 3 different meals.
See, I'm not doing that shit anymore. I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not doing that. No.
He made sliders for the baby. He made himself steak, and I had my vegan dish.
Niggas gonna starve. I'm not doing that shit no more. See, that's the shit I don't want to do no more. So I remember doing keto, and I would cook me a keto meal, and then I would make the family something else, and I got 2 of them. Fuck, I'm not doing that no more. I don't want to. My granny did that. My granny was vegetarian, so she made 2 meals. She made one for her and one for the family. I don't want to do that. So coming in, I feel like me and whoever I get with are not going to have small children, so therefore we can figure this shit out. I'm not about to be Susie Homemaker all the fucking time.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I don't want to. If I gotta go to work, we gonna split this kitchen meal, time. I feel like the new age women, I feel like one of the things where they feel like they gotta do some shit. Because it's been embedded in us that, oh, you better cook for that man, you better do this, you better do that. Your husband's Haitian. Mm-hmm. So Haitian women are honey, what you want?
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, every day, cooked, ready, served.
I think that's very big in Caribbean culture too. But I know Haitian in particular, your mother-in-law and your sister-in-law, they're I'm going to cook for my man. I'm cooking for my family. That is their thing. They probably looking at you you ain't.
And I don't give a damn. Because at the end of the day, he loves me for who I am.
I respect that. Can he make better macaroni and cheese than you?
I've never seen him make mac and cheese.
You should have a cook-off I got something on you. But he been the ones that got some Top Chef recipe type some shit. Come in here with 30,000 cheese when you making traditional macaroni and cheese and shit. Because you know he extra as fuck. That's my nigga though.
He's very extra.
So both facts are, being a stay-at-home mom, there's a difference between men and women. So 20%, 20, whoa. 26% of mothers and 7% of fathers, according to the study of Pew Research, are stay-at-home mothers. So, like, I remember that was a big thing for your husband. Like, I want to be a stay-at-home husband.
Mm-hmm. He still has that dream, child.
You think you can handle that? Like, having a stay-at-home husband? Would it be okay?
Yeah, I don't have resistance towards it. I just, I gotta be able to sustain our life, financially. And so that's my biggest thing with it.
So if he was a stay-at-home husband and you are the woman working to be in the breadwinner, so who has a soft life?
We both do, because if it's to that point, I'm paying for everything. I'm lazy. So if I got it, we got a chef. We got, you know what I mean? So
I don't think you would want a chef for real.
Well, he could cook. That's fine. That's fine. But like, if all I'm doing is working and making sure we got money, I'm not doing none of that other shit. It's getting outsourced, or he's doing it. Period. So I feel like we would, in a way, both have a soft life, unless he picks up some other shit and wants to do some shit to make his own life hard.
What is it? What is soft life? What is soft? Like, I feel like I am, because I'm a single parent and I have been pretty much her whole life. I feel like I'm like the strong Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know anything else other but to be like the strong Black woman. So, like, I don't have a choice but to always make money because I don't have anything else to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could never just walk away from a job because what the fuck am I going to do? Like, I guess I could, but realistically, my mind doesn't work with that way. I have to have something else to fall in because I don't want to fall back. Like, even when I've been in relationships and I've only cohabitated with one person, I don't feel like I was ever given that opportunity to be soft. Like, I still felt like I had to make shit fucking happen all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So, like, what does the soft life look like? Like, what the fuck does that look like?
To me, when they say soft, when I hear this phrase, soft life, and they be like, I'm in my soft life era and all this soft, I just feel like you're not working hard. Life is easy. You're a kept woman. Meaning you focus on feeling good, you focus on looking good, you do what you want with your time, your leisure. You can spend the day by the pool, you can spend the day shopping if you so choose. You just don't have to stress, you don't have to worry, you're not a part of the hustle, you don't have to grind. Shit is just easy and you're in a state of flow.
But realistically, as an entrepreneur, that life of, even if you're the boss and you can hire everybody to do shit, that's just still not an easy life. Right. Because you never get to really rest. Right. You are always working. Mm-hmm. So even when you try to R&R, you still, like, even something go wrong, no matter at your highest level, you still grinding. So is it really soft?
It can be. You just gotta set it up right, I think.
Because I feel like more money, more problems.
You can't buy into that. Let that go.
But I'm not even saying just problems. Like, I'm saying it's more responsibility. You have more people under you, more things. You know what I'm saying? More happening.
If you structure it like that.
Elaborate. Like, what you mean?
Like, you don't necessarily need to have a whole. I know entrepreneurs that it's like 2 or 3 people and they making millions. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Systems, AI. It's a lot of different ways in which we could still make things happen without having to physically be there or always be on top of some shit. You just have to structure it in a way where you can trust that things are going to flow the way they're supposed to flow. Of course, you're always going to have to, like, out of fire here and there, but I don't think you have to work hard to be able to have money. I think we could disassociate that.
But I'm not saying to have money. I'm saying like so. Let me say it. Most rich people have multiple sources of incomes. So that's multiple layers of people who are depending on you or calling on you or asking for something of you in some way. You know what I mean? Does that make sense what I'm saying? So like, is it possible we like, be with that? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the words of what I'm trying to say with that. I don't know. I just feel like with being rich and being that providing a soft life for you and your family, I feel like you still have that era of being the strong Black woman of having to show up all the fucking time.
But that's the part. It's not all the time. That is no longer soft. It's not. You can't be soft. You got to show up all the time. Oh, I'm saying it has to be a set up in a way where you can work. It's some entrepreneurs that work half the year and other 6 months they chilling because they made enough to do whatever they need to do, and then they turn back on and we're going again. You see what I'm saying? Like there's so many unconventional ways of running a business that you can create it the way you need it to fit into your lifestyle. You just got to get creative with
Let's play
things.
double attitude with you.
Yeah.
You done told us several times that you set standards for yourself way up here. How are you going to turn that and be like, I'm just going to be soft? Like, how you going to, because you the nigga who going to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and start working, doing shit, knocking shit out because your mind does not rest, my nigga.
I know.
So how do you create a soft life for your whole family and when your whole family is dependent on you?
Well, the thing is, it's not, I feel like you do have to put in work. You can't just wake up and be like, I'm soft today, I got money. You have to put in the work to set it up. So during that time, it's not necessarily going to be soft, but it's setting it up so that it can be soft one day in the future or however you plan it out. That's the thing. I think it's, you got to grind. Anything you do that you need to work on, you're going to have to put in work. The soft life, you have to earn it in a sense. Now, that's a scenario with me being my husband being stay at home, whatever. But like flip flop, you just need to marry the dude that's doing all of that.
Something we should learn when we was young.
And so now you don't have to work. He's worked up until this point to create that life for you. I've seen people talk about how my wife doesn't lift a finger. She gets some dumb number a month to do whatever she wants to do. He's been working his whole life to create that life for himself to be able to do that. It's not wake up and we rich and now we soft. Like there does have to be a certain level of grind, but there has to be a point where you can step back and now enjoy and be soft because the money is doing what's supposed to do.
I don't think I ever want to be a stay-at-home nothing.
Me neither.
That doesn't look like soft life for me because I think I would fucking lose my mind. I would be fucking miserable and I would be like, what? I don't like, you want me to manage the kitchen people? I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk to them.
But so that's not soft for you.
So yeah, it's not, it doesn't even look soft to me. I'm like, I don't want to talk to them.
So what does soft look like for you?
Soft looks like for me that creating a space where I feel vulnerable and where I can, if I needed to, be like, all right, I'm not going to make money. I'm going to take and turn off and focus on building something new, building a new brand, building a new business, building something new, and having that support for me. Because I don't feel like, once again, I've never had a space where I could just relax.
Right.
Like I work 6 days a week at this point in my life. So creating a space where I feel safe enough that you're going to always have me no matter what. That's soft for me. Creating a financial cushion is part of it though. For me, where I'm like, I don't, if I didn't have it, you still got it. I don't have to worry. But I guess for me, I've seen that layer of trauma where people close to me, put all their trust into a man and lost everything. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I guess I don't think I could even ever turn it off where I could put all my eggs in a basket of a person to live at home, because and I'll just be, around the house shopping and doing some shit like that, because the fuck, if he fall off, then we ain't got nothing to fall back on. I don't want that.
That's terrible. That's what's terrible is the fact that you can't see that for yourself, because that's a great life to live.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
It does, but for me, I don't think I wouldn't be able to relax. It wouldn't be soft for me, because I wouldn't be able to relax and relish in it. So I think that's why I'm like, soft life would be knowing that he has the financial backing, knowing that he supports whatever business venture I do, where it's not where you got to go work a 9 to 5, figure out what you want to do and do it. That would create a soft life for me, not having but you need a maid needs to be included with that. You don't even have a chef. I don't need anybody coming in on a regular basis cooking, but having a maid to do the household chores and things like that, and lawn service, and you handle that.
Right.
That would be great for me. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me, that would be a soft life. Just having financial backing and being ready. You know what I'm saying? Like having that person. And I'll even put it out there. That's why my mother put all her trust in her. Like both her marriages, she didn't necessarily have to work. So my mother was a hairdresser. So she with my dad, she worked from home doing hair. Then she adopted children, so she went into the shop and started working from there. She got divorced. She had to amp up and work more. Then her next husband, they owned businesses, so she could go to the businesses and work if she wanted to, or she could not. But he was also very much a horrible financial person, so therefore he lost shit.
So you consider that her having a soft life in those instances? Do you consider that soft?
I feel like her first marriage was more soft life than her second one, because she really didn't have to worry about anything with that one.
So do you feel like that soft life is risky based on what she went through?
Yes.
You associate that with
yes.
Yeah.
I do. I cannot. It just doesn't even make sense to me.
I get it. Trust me. I get that for sure. But that doesn't mean I can't see something different.
Soft for me is peace.
Yeah.
It's peace. And the peace doesn't necessarily mean me not having to work or do anything. It's the peace of knowing my support system.
You're going to be okay.
Yes. That's soft for me.
So basically it sounds like soft life means just getting out of survival mode.
Yes.
Making sure we okay. We got to survive.
We want to take a trip. We can go take a trip.
Right.
We want to go out to eat. We can go out to eat. Not feeling like the stress of we got to make life decisions in a grocery store. We got some young people across the room. I don't want them to come in camera, but I wonder if they what a soft life look like to them.
Yeah, because it could be totally different because we older.
We a lot older.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, we older.
15 and the other ones 13, something like that.
Yeah, I thought my 13 and 15.
Women earned 63.8% of all doctorates awarded to African American women in 2021. So I don't even think Black women they wouldn't even be trying to get all this education if they felt like they had a place to be.
Oh yeah.
To be like one of them is over there working on these fucking doctorate.
Yeah. I think it's it's deep. It goes back deep into just the Black family not being solid. And so now we got all these broken homes, single moms. We got to do. And then when we go to work or do all these things, we're getting undervalued, we're getting underpaid. So now it's like, okay, what else can we do? Let's go get some degrees so we can prove that we're smart. We could prove this, prove that. And at the end of the day, we really didn't need all that. To be honest, a lot of times the degree's not really. It's just some letters.
I'm not getting another fucking degree.
So other people can acknowledge, oh yeah, she's trained, she's qualified. I've been qualified before this degree though.
Very true. Very true. Because I feel like the jobs I'm applying for, they are looking for a degree, which I have the degree to go with the jobs they're looking for. That's why I changed my major from accounting to what it was when I realized in life what I wanted to do. But realistically, my degree did not teach me how to do what the fuck I did. It was the experience of doing the job that taught me how to do it. I learned on the job. So it's absolutely insane that you ask me these dumbass questions. And I learned on the job. Mm-hmm. The degree didn't have anything to do with it. I owe a lot of money for that fucking degree. Mm-hmm. Dumb.
Yeah, but for us, you know, we feel like we can't have no soft life because we always gotta hustle. And we always gotta prove ourselves. And we always gotta make sure we got everything we need so that people can acknowledge us and pay us and all this stuff. It's a lot. It's deep.
I too think that people in this soft life era and that everybody's I'm living in my soft life has a lot to do with like social media too, and what people's perception that they put out there on social media of what their soft life looks like watching Housewives and doing they're at home and they're just being a housewife. No, they're fucking not. That housewife show is a job in itself. That's a fucking job. That's dumb. Like, and I just feel like people put a lot of emphasis on the soft life just being not working, just being at home, being when a lot of people would be miserable. Like if I had to be a stay-at-home mom, yeah, I could be a stay-at-home wife probably if I had to pick one between stay-at-home mom or wife, but I don't want to stay there with nobody's fucking kids all day, not even my own.
That's draining for me personally. My kids drain me, and it's not necessarily like because they're bad or not. They're awesome, wonderful kids. It's just their energy. They're constantly needing. I have to always be on top of it and make sure they're good. Like there's a lot, and so all day you're at the house with 3.
Woo. See, I remember I was in between jobs with one, and she was crawling on me, and she was like 9 months. I'm like, oh, I wasn't even in between jobs. I was on a medical leave. I didn't like that place. I didn't want to go back. But even so, those months I was off of work, and my baby was 9 months, and she was just on me and attached to me at all times. It was like, oh my God, when am I gonna get another job so I don't have to go back to this other place? And it's horrible. Like I don't know. I feel like people have made social media the reason that they want, or saying what a soft life looks like is I get to shop all day, I get to do this all day, but like, do you have substance in your life? Like, what's your relationship really looking like? Right. Because once again, I've told y'all time and time again, I don't trust shit that y'all put on social media. Facts. I'm so tired of y'all looking like y'all got the perfect fucking life and y'all don't. Dumb.
Can't stand each other.
No, like people really don't like each other. It's funny. I was just talking about that with my cousin. I was use you as an example. I was like, because they've been married 25 years. It'll be 26 years this year. I was 15 and I was in her wedding. And she was like, yes, my husband gets on my nerves, which her husband is my cousin. It's crazy. She was like, yes, he gets on my nerves, but she was like, I actually like being with him. I enjoy spending time with him. Like, yes, he gets on my nerves at times, but I enjoy it. I was like, that's what Mel said. She was like, I actually really enjoy being with my husband.
Yeah. That's big because a lot of people simply do not. Like, we started in the pandemic. Yeah. When niggas was stuck in the house together, baby.
I got dumped. I got dumped through the pandemic. Maybe he couldn't stand being in the house with me, but I recently learned it was for another reason. But I mean, I'm gonna stay 2 toes down or whatever I supposedly said. So like,
yeah, pandemic, we was on cloud 9. What? We could spend all day at the house. Nobody got to work for real.
Yeah, I will say like it. Once again, I got dumped for other reasons, but like we enjoyed each other. Like we literally started watching series together, TV. Like we wouldn't start. No, like come on, so we can finish watching. It's like it was like the cooking and everything. Like I cooked for 30 days straight. I cooked different meal every day. And yeah, it was great. Like it was great. So we really enjoyed each other's company. But once again, I've never had a fucking person who makes me feel like I have that. They about to get fired. our production managers suck. Okay. When I put the call out on Facebook for a production manager, you just don't know what the fuck you gotta get when you're feeding people and food. So yeah, I feel like I've never met anybody who made me feel that way. So maybe in front of my manifesting, I'll manifest somebody who can make me feel like I want a soft life, or what a soft life look like. Maybe I'll start journaling what a soft life look like, so I can really understand what soft life look like to me, especially with the traumas of seeing my mother, lose a lot. Like houses got lost and everything. Like,
and then how can you create it so that it's not something that could be taken away with a person? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. What does that look like?
Because you see that shit happen all the time. Like, oh, they got divorced and she ain't got shit.
Yeah.
What? That shit sounds absolutely insane to me.
That has always felt crazy to me, because I remember years ago we were talking about somebody, I don't remember who it was. Somebody was talking about, like, didn't know anything about the bills, how the bills were paid, how much money was being made, how much money was going out, like zero knowledge. That was mind blowing for me, because I was like, what are you talking
about? My dad died. His wife did not know all he paid for, all he did. She was like, oh my God, I didn't know he did so much. I didn't know it was so much. So I looked at her like, that shit crazy, because I'm too nosy for that shit. I got to know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's my control. So that's probably something that's going to, like, I need to be in the know of what's happening. Like, I would love for somebody to handle the bills.
But you know what else? Now I'm thinking about it, and why I'm probably okay with him being a stay-at-home, because I have control issues too, and I need to know what's going on. So I would prefer to just have control and do what I gotta do, and then you do whatever you're doing. But, like, I know we good.
Yeah, that would be me too. Like, I need to, because I would see, once again, I would hate for somebody to be paying the bills and then I'd be like, nigga, where the lights at? Because you didn't fucking pay it. So, like, I need a joint email or something. This the email for the bills, so I can see what the fuck is happening. Because if I'm sitting in that house and the lights go off and I know we got money to be paid because you're not responsible. But that's also to knowing your partner's strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
Like, if they're able to be the one to handle the bills and make sure everything is that, because that's not everybody's strengths.
Yeah.
Some people like, you can take my whole check and pay all the bills, but I can't do it. Yeah. That I'm not that responsible. I'm not grown up enough to handle paying the bills every month, because I'm gonna fucking forget. That ain't everybody's forte.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel that a soft life is whatever you make it.
Right.
But I feel like Black women have had to be strong for so much. Just like you said, your control, though. Like, you're controlling to know everything makes it a little harder to be completely soft.
Correct.
Because we just don't know anything other than being strong.
Yeah.
That is the generation after generation after generation. So even like my grandmothers who didn't work a day in their life, neither one of my grandmothers ever had a job. So when I tell my mama something, I'm like, my grandma would have did it. She'd be like, your grandma ain't work a day in her life. Would that be considered a soft life? But they was broke.
That doesn't sound like it was soft to me, knowing and understanding how it was back in the day. She had a bunch of kids?
One had 4. No, 3. 4? 4. One grandmother had 4. The other one had 7.
I don't know. Because like you said, I think it's subjective. You feel like this is good, you feel good about, and you feel relaxed and rested, that could have been soft.
See what I'm saying? Like, they didn't work. Like, my grandmothers never worked. They never had to worry about the bills. I mean, they probably had to worry about the bills because of being poor, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have to go out and work. Their job was cooking and cleaning, which I think is the fucking worst job in a lot. Yeah. But if you enjoy cooking and cleaning, I know my mother's mother enjoyed cooking and cleaning.
I don't know. I feel like when I think of soft life, I don't associate it back to working hard. Because now you're exhausted, you're tired because you've been slaving and all that. So for me, there has to be a element of rest involved in my day to day. And I feel like back in the day, all them kids that you at a house, there's no rest for real. So is it soft? Just because we take away the financial aspect?
But the flip side of that, your soft is having the money.
Right.
So
okay, so soft life is not one definition, guys.
So you take away the money, but you add the money to make it soft. So it is a financial aspect that people feel like they're in their soft life era. But that's why for me, it's not the financial stuff. It's the security of providing peace for me. Where I don't have to stress. I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about you cheating. I don't have to worry about you lying to me. I don't have to worry about you.
The emotional,
like the piece of that, because I've dealt with so many cheaters. Creating a soft life for me is for me not to have to worry about anything with you, that you have me protected physically, mentally, and emotionally, as well as financially. Yes. But we're going to get this bag together. So therefore, I am at peace, and that is my soft era, because I'm going to spoil somebody like they're going to spoil me too. So that's why my soft life is not just financial. It is the piece of physically, emotionally, and providing for me, providing that space where I can not have to worry about you at all. I know you're mine. I know you're in a space.
So I guess I feel like I didn't put that in to my equation, because I feel like I have that part with my husband, right? So what's left is, the financial piece, where we out here just balling out of control and doing what we want to do. Because for us, we love experiences. We love to travel. We don't travel like you, but we be traveling. And it's also 5 of us.
First of all, I'm about to say, I don't know, for y'all to have a family of 5, y'all took y'all fair share amount of trips last year.
Definitely did. So being able to do that, that's the part that's kind of like missing. Mm-hmm. And so when I think soft life, I'm thinking what I don't have, in a sense, not realizing I already have half
of what is considered soft to me. Yeah, that's why I be telling you, don't fuck up our good husband, because that shit is real out here. Because it's real, it's horrible out here. Yeah. Like they're not giving what they need to give. So yeah, that's why for me, I'm like, it's a different thing. Damn. See? Yeah. Devil's advocate to it. A different perspective of soft life. So stop letting the internet tell y'all what the fuck soft life is. Here's what the fuck soft life supposed to mean to you.
You decide. Yeah.
All right. We are at our bold question of the day.
I love these.
Do you?
I do.
All right. Bold question of the day. Oh. Okay. Is there a minimum a man has to be making for you to entertain him?
Yes.
Okay.
You can't be out here making no $15 an hour, bro. Because how you gonna sustain our life? Okay. Right? But what's the magic number? Minimum? For you to entertain him? I don't know, because I'm not
gonna say I don't have a number. I'm gonna say you gotta match what I can bring to the table at a bare minimum. Like, I remember one of my homeboys, some dude wrote in my inbox, and this motherfucker was on a bus, riding a bus to his Olive Garden job. And I was like, no, like, what the fuck? And my homeboy, like, that man got an honest job. I said,
but how old was he?
Grown.
You know what I'm saying?
Growner than me. And this was like in the last couple years. I said growner than me, like I'm not grown. But like, he had to be at least in his 40s. So you're on the bus. I've had a car since I was 17. I don't know life without a car. I'm thankful for that blessing. And 2, you work at Olive Garden. I ain't worked in fast food or food chains since I was in high school. So to me, he like, that man making an honest living. I said, but that honest living is not for me. Maybe for somebody else. And I feel like date your pay grade. But they, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe somebody who you work with, who work at a restaurant too, maybe for you. But for me, I'm not picking you up, nigga.
Picking you up for work is crazy.
You want me to pick you up? You want me to pick you up on the bus? Stop! Like, I don't want to do that
no more. Let me your car, Yvette.
I've been there. I've been getting dropped off to work in my own car. And at 40, I'm not getting dropped off to work in my own car unless we are a married couple and something just happened to one of our cars.
Right. Not as a way of life.
Not as a way of life, because you ain't got shit to bring to the motherfucking table. That ain't, fuck that. That ain't, now that's not soft. If you think, he picked me up and dropped me off every day, bitch, it's your car. That's why he picked you up and dropped me, because it's your car. I've been there, okay? I've been there. And at 40, it doesn't work for me. So
I feel that.
I don't have a number per se, but I need you to have your shit together. I need you to have your own place. I need you to have your own bank account. I need you to have your shit together at 40. Like niggas be out here living off a Cash App for fucking
what?
You know, you get your checks deposited in Cash App, so he could probably get his Olive Garden check deposited into Cash App.
Oh. Well, look at that. I didn't know. Cash App nigga, huh?
So it's not a number. It's just like, I feel like, you know, for a man, I know a man, like, you need to bring in more, and I feel like dudes who got something going to truly going, they're not going to want to date somebody who doesn't have anything going for themselves. And I feel like the same standard should be for women. Why are we dating down?
Well, I think some men would.
I think those are control issues, though. The ones who want the chick who ain't got to bring the table is because they can control everything.
Some women want to be controlled. That's their soft life.
You right. That could be their soft life. This is why I'm gonna be the strong black woman the rest of my fucking life, because the fuck with a soft life side, because my piece is coming. Because this is the segment of the day where I shoot my shot. I am single if you're coming and you can match to my bank account. Now, maybe not the bank account right now, because, you know, it may be, we don't know. We're still struggling from all them trips from last year, but I ain't broke. Get your life, you know? Holla at your girl, you know?
Holla at your girl. Holla.
But if you are on the bus and you're riding to Olive Garden.
No, we do not accept bus passes over here.
I don't even hardly eat at Olive Garden anymore.
Olive Garden, first of all.
That is like the high school meal. We going to OG?
OG in high school was the move. Okay.
At 40, it got to be like a nostalgic thing where I'm like, got to taste for some bland ass chicken Alfredo.
It's not even good no more.
It's not even good anymore. So, all right. So we have a listener letter for today. Okay, all right. We ready for our listener letter?
Yeah.
Hey there. I hope you're doing well. First off, I want to say how much I appreciate your podcast and the valuable insights you share. You've been like a wise friend I can always count on for advice. Thank you. I'm reaching out to you because I'm facing a bit of a dilemma in my relationship, and I could really use some guidance. I've been married to my wife for a few years now, and while I love her dearly, there's something that's been weighing on my mind. You see, I'm someone who's always been driven and ambitious, constantly striving to climb the ladder in my career and reach new heights. And lately, I've been making significant progress in my professional life, which is incredibly fulfilling for me. But here's the thing. My wife doesn't seem to share the same level of motivation or ambition. She's content with working odd jobs here and there, or not working at all. And it's starting to bother me. I find myself feeling frustrated because I want us to be on the same page when it comes to our goals and aspirations. I've tried talking to her about it, but she doesn't seem to see it as a problem. She's happy with the way things are, and while I respect her choices, I can't help but feel like we're drifting apart in terms of our priorities and values. Help a brother out.
Ooh, I can't help you, brother.
Oh, damn.
I mean, because, woo, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's the wife?
Yes, the wife has no ambition, no goals. But did you know that before you got married?
Right. Is that who she was? Is that who you married?
Like, that's crazy to me, because if you saw that in the process of dating, that they had no goals or no ambitions, did you think you could change them?
I think some people marry potential.
I know somebody who was dating for potential, like, they come for a good family and blah, 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 and it left them high and dry.
Dang.
That good family don't mean he had them good family values, and that's what he was going to put into the relationship. So I feel like if you are, but it's his wife now, so what do? You just,
that's why I say I got enough for you, because I feel like you stuck like Chuck. It's either I feel like you can't change her at this point. That's my opinion, right? Because if she don't want it for herself, it's going to be very challenging for you to change her. So you're going to have to eat that and accept it and take her for who she is, or leave her ass. That's it.
But they don't say whether they have children or not, and I wonder if there's children involved. Because maybe she was being stay-at-home wife or mother or whatever at one point or something, or maybe that's all she dreamed to be. And if you dream to be a stay-at-home wife, that's probably something you should tell in the dating process. Like, this, I know somebody who's like, no, and they got all the degree and everything else, but they like, I want to be a stay-at-home wife. So that means something, and maybe that's what she wants to be. But I feel like in the date, that's the problem. People don't communicate when they're dating. They just date and be like, oh, they look good, and then you marry somebody, and then you mad because they ain't got no ambition. You knew they had no damn ambition when you was dating them.
They never did have the ambition. They didn't have ambition and was doing big things, and now all of a sudden decided, I want to be a bum.
Right.
That doesn't usually happen that way. That's why I'm saying you gotta have to eat that and take your wife as she is.
Because you can't.
Because it's gonna be a hard uphill battle for you to try to change her into being an ambitious person.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Correct.
So, if you did everything you can to encourage, you can either accept it. I'm never going to tell anybody to leave their significant other.
Dang, my bad.
You did tell them to leave, didn't you?
I mean, or just stay miserable. Like, let's be real.
And realistically, and she may feel like she's been supporting you in your dreams all this time. So that's a whole nother issue. Like, if she felt like, well, I've been supporting you so you can go to school. I've been making sure you have meals every day. I've been making sure you can, you build your career and you have a peaceful home to come home so you don't have to worry about here. So, that's a different perspective of looking at something.
So now you feel like he owes her. So therefore I need to stay. She deserves it, quote unquote.
You remember Acrimony? The movie Acrimony. So that could be,
I think she was a little crazy in that movie, but
I think he drove her crazy. That's a whole nother debate.
She came with crazy. I think she was already a little bit.
What, when she ran into the house?
She did a lot of crazy shit.
What crazy?
From what I remember, I was like, "Ooh, you got some emotional instabilities going on a little bit."
We gonna have this debate maybe another day on the camera, because I feel like, stop playing with me.
I mean, I get it. Yeah.
You don't even like to be called crazy, and you gonna call the woman crazy.
She was being a little bit emotionally unstable. Unstable creature sometimes.
All right.
But anyway, back to the letter, right? So I feel like, yeah, so do you feel like because she did all of that and held him down and he now has to stay and do whatever because he owes her that?
I feel that they need to go to therapy and talk that out. But I feel like he should look at it from a different perspective, because if she has been there supporting you through you going to school, you rising in your career, and creating a soft space for you to do these things and not have to worry about anything else on the home front. So now when you get to where you wanted to be and then want her to go be something else, it's unfair. When she's been this person the whole time through the dating process, through the marriage, and now that you're where you want to be, now you want something more of her.
So now he has a fourth option. He could change his perception, his perspective.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So eat it, take the L. You married a bum. Leave her because that's not what you want. Change your perspective, or stay and be miserable.
I'm gonna go with the fifth option and go to therapy. Talk that out. Okay. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Oh, you got a lot of options, buddy. We out here. We outside.
All right, that is this episode of Bold. Check us out on Facebook at Boldly Untitled Podcast, on Instagram at boldly_untitled_.
Yeah.
Or on YouTube at Boldly Untitled Podcast. Until next week. Do you have a topic or question for Melly, Mel, and Shawny? Well, email us at boldlyuntitledpodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at boldly_untitled_, on Facebook at Boldly Untitled Podcast, and on YouTube at Boldly Untitled Podcast.